Hi everyone, I'm Celia and today I am here again with another build. It has definitely been a while since my last build, but that is because this was supposed to be up last week, but then I ended up being busy the entire week, so I never had time to finish the video, although the build has been done for a while now, so I've been very impatient to finish this so I can finally post a video of me building it. And for this build, I actually had an idea in mind just one night. I wasn't even in the game, I was just thinking what I could build, because sometimes that's just what I think about. And when I try to get ideas, sometimes I'll just think about what to build. And I had this really specific idea that I had to kind of sketch down in my sketchbook to save this idea for when I could actually build. And then a few days later I actually built it with a few little tweaks here and there, because obviously it wouldn't be completely correct, but this is something that I had in mind, completely random. I really wanted to do something a little bit different. It is modern, yes, and it has some funny windows on the front there, which is not, I would say it's not very common. It's a little bit special, I would say, and not something that you see very often. I don't know why that was in my mind when I was thinking about doing a build, but I think that was like the strongest feature of the entire build, was that I wanted those windows in the front, and then the smaller part of the build with only 2 stories, and then the taller and thinner part on the other side of the build, and then this little space in between where there would only be a space on the ground floor where you have this little hangout area outside. And I just thought that was so fun, and it's not something I've actually seen been done before, so it was completely made out of my own mind. It wasn't anything I've looked at or anything, so that's why I thought it would be fun to build, because it's something that I completely just thought of myself. So yeah, you can see here I'm just doing the outside, and obviously I couldn't do exactly what I'd done in the drawings, so I had to kind of go a little bit back and forth and see what would fit, and if this shape that I'd imagined in my head would actually look good in game. And I think I managed to make it look alright. Like, I know it is a bit weird with the 2 little skinny parts sticking up on the side, but I do think it looks good in the end when you get that one part of it is white and then the other part is like a dark wood, and it has lots of windows, so there's lots of lights coming in, and that little part that sticks out there ends up being just a pool on the first floor instead, because I found that would be kind of cool. Although when I actually drew this, I kind of wanted that to be more of a little like sun room kind of with only windows, or I would have like a dining table or something, but I ended up putting a pool there instead, and I actually think that was kind of a good idea, and I think it works really well with this modern build, this really unusual build, I would say. It's not that weird, obviously, but it is a bit different than what you maybe would usually see anywhere, really. And then came the struggle with the inside as well, because I kind of wanted you to be able to see both parts of the long windows in the front. I didn't want to have a floor in between, so that you can it's kind of like open on that side. So I decided to just remove some of the floor, but this definitely took some time, and it ended up creating these weird kind of light glitches on the windows and all that when I removed the floor. So I think a couple of the windows upstairs has these like black shadows on them. I think it's just a glitch because they're not supposed to be like that, but you can see on the side that they have these little black shadows on them, which I thought was so annoying. I tried to fix it, but I found out that as long as I don't have a room where those windows are, then I can't get it to not have those shadows, so I just had to live with it, really. And here we have the master bedroom, and I decided to have a shared bathroom in the middle that both of the bedrooms can access. I thought that was quite fun. They are the two like main bedrooms in the build, although there are 4 bedrooms, I think. And so I thought it was really nice to have this view inside out to the pool, like kind of looking through the water. I don't know, I just thought that was kind of fun. And I really wanted to incorporate some colour in this. I tried building a yellow kitchen at first, it did not go well. So I decided on changing it in the end, which I thought was a good idea because, I don't know, like it worked out well in my head, and then I tried it and it wasn't that good. So I just, I didn't do that, but I do put some colour in it in some other places, and it really, I don't know, I just didn't want to make it all just black and white, because normally, you know, modern type of builds, they might just be a little bit plain, just black and white and all that, and it looks great obviously, but I wanted to make a little bit of a different kind of style in this build, although it is modern obviously, so I still wanted to keep that style, but I also used a lot of island living furniture and objects in this build, and I really thought that worked well with the kind of style that pack has, especially with the world that this build is placed in, and with the palm trees outside and all that stuff, and so I thought it worked great anyway, so I just decided to go with that theme throughout the entire build. And it started with me putting down these tables on the side in the living room here, and then I just really loved the style with all the plants and the colors, and I really think those island living objects work well with bright colors, and that's kind of why I decided to go for that, and why you can see that is like a continuous thing that I go for in this build. So yeah, here's just me planning this open space. I did put the TV on a wall in the middle there because I didn't want to split it completely. I still wanted it to be a very open space. I wanted the TV to be able to be in the middle without taking up too much space, without putting a full wall down, so I decided to just put 2 wall tiles down, and I thought that looked okay. I think I sized down the TV a bit, but I can't remember now. I don't really put a lot of decorations in here. I do realise that after looking back on it, that there's not a lot of decorations. I did try to put it where it fit, but I don't know, like there are obviously still some decorations in here what I felt was necessary, but it's not very cluttered. It looks very clean, but that is also kind of the vibe that I was trying to go for. So I think it worked out great anyway. And now I'm just finishing off the downstairs, incorporating all the colors, making them all work together, just finishing off and really just putting some final touches on this style that I ended up loving a lot. And I really love this downstairs area, especially if you look back on the windows and you can see all the windows up on the side, up on the wall above, and it just makes the space feel so open. And when the light hits in the living room and on the dining room and all that, oh my god, it just looks so good. But yeah, you really see those island living pieces coming back everywhere in this build, and I think that was one of the things that was very consistent about, was like using those over again to kind of just make all the rooms have the same kind of style. Except for one of the rooms, I think I might go for more of a normal modern type of room for the single bedroom, which I guess could be like for kids or a teenager or something, because it's not very like, it's not decorated for children really, but it is still a single bed and it has a little desk and all that, so I figured if you have like a teenager or something, they might live there. And then I put a little bathroom down here, which is the only other bathroom that we have except from the one that the 2 other bedrooms share. So obviously there could have been more bathrooms in here, but I thought it was an acceptable amount because I figured I don't really need much more than that, because if you have one downstairs that is easily accessible, easily accessible from downstairs, and then you have one upstairs, and then I guess if you're all the way up on the roof, then you just have to go downstairs. Yeah, I think that's the only solution really. But you know, there Sims, they can do that. I don't know how great that would be in real life. You would probably want a toilet near your bedroom, but I just didn't have enough space, and I didn't want to build more bathrooms for this build because I already had 2 anyway, so I thought that was okay. And you will also see me use a lot of plants in this build, like a lot, but I really loved that look for this. I think instead of using many different like other types of decorations, the plants are really my go-to for this build, and it just really worked out great for this kind of open glass kind of house. That is also a bit fun, you know. Making it really cozy, that was kind of the vibe that I was going for outside. Like I wanted it to be very cozy where you can like sit outside, and it's just it was like meant to be like you can sit outside late in the evening and it would still be nice and cozy outside. And obviously it's in Oasis Springs, I think, so it would be warm, I guess, most of the time anyway. So the fact that there's 2 kind of outdoor spaces not really covered by any roof or anything, I think that's still fine because it usually is just sunny or cloudy, I guess. I don't think there's many other things you'd have to worry about when you live in here, so it should work most of the time, but obviously it's a lot better on those sunny days. And then I start furnishing the upstairs. I really tried to make it look good, but I think I tried even more with those windows on the side to see if I can remove that black shadow, but I don't think I managed to do it. I think I just ended up deleting that wall. I can't even remember what it's called now, but you know, the thing that's on the middle of the wall right under the windows. It was kind of sticking out, but it was supposed to be white and then it was black, so I kind of had to remove that. It wasn't meant to be in there anyway, it was meant to be on the outside, but because it wasn't a room, that made it also be on the inside, which was kind of annoying, but that was just something that I had to deal with. So I ended up deleting it instead because I didn't think it looked very nice when I wanted that clean white look. And now I'm decorating the main bedroom, and I really do use a lot of plants. I see that when I look through all of this footage, how many plants I actually do use for this build, and all the island living furniture, but hopefully you like the look of it, because I really went overboard. I just went all out, but it still looked okay in my mind, but I might have been a little bit into the theme while I was building. Didn't really think about what it might have actually looked like if it was a little too much. I just thought it looked nice while I was building it, and I just kept going with it, you know? And that is the main bedroom, I think. Once I am done building this little shelf here. More plants, obviously. Couldn't miss it. And I think I do either the bedroom or the bathroom next. Oh no, I actually do the little office that is on the other side of the stairs, because I figured I wouldn't need them all to be bedrooms. I wouldn't need them all to be bedrooms, so I decided to make a small little office with a little couch on the side. I thought that was quite cute, just a little like hangout space. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to sit on the laptop or the computer, but you can also sit and just relax by yourself in the little couch. I do also move the wall down one tile, I think, later on, which you will see, and then I add another chair in here as well. That fits with the couch, and I do use this couch and these chairs a lot over again from Tiny Living, but I just think that they're like one of the only good couches and chairs that we have in the game, and that's not even a lie. It looks so sleek, it looks so modern, and it just looks so like simple yet so comfy, and it just has all the right colors to it. And I really think we need more furniture like that, because a lot of the tables and a lot of the chairs and couches, they just look so like blocky and they don't look comfortable, they don't have the right textures, and I just really want something simple like we got in the Tiny Living stuff pack. Again, please, yes, thank you. And now I'm just doing this very brown bedroom, I guess you could say, beige. More plants, obviously, no surprise there. Doing some decorations, and this is obviously the teens room, or whoever you want to give it to, but that's just what I had in mind when I built it, and it's fairly simple. Like I don't think I've put too much like personality in these rooms, because I wanted to keep them quite plain, even if I gave them like a color theme or a theme with like a style. I didn't put much personality in it, because obviously if you download it for your own Sims, they might have their own personality that doesn't fit with what I have in mind when I built it, so I decided to just keep it the same way as it would be if you like bought it, or if it belonged to anyone. Obviously it must be someone that actually likes this style that I'm using in this build, and I use this style consistently throughout it as well, so I guess it still has a style that your Sim kind of needs to like be into in a way, but not that they can really think for themselves anyway, but whatever you have in mind when you like using your Sims, or like whatever. But anyway, I think I am almost done with the second floor here now. Just adding a couple chairs here, and then I'm going up to the upstairs. And then I'm doing this outdoor area, which I ended up really liking. I thought it was so nice, and I really wanted to utilize this bit on the roof that there wasn't really anything on, and so I decided to have an outdoor living space, because the living area inside is not really that big. It's just one couch and then a couple chairs, and it's not much space there, but obviously you can go out and enjoy the sun, enjoy the weather, and there's many chairs and the couch and there's many chairs and many seating options for your Sims to have a whole party here if you want. I added a bar as well and a little like rooftop garden. I thought that was really cute, just a cute little addition to whole area on the roof, just to add that little bit of color again, because I thought that it turned out quite like bland without it, because it was just black and white. And as I've already said, I like it when there's a bit of color, so adding that, adding those plants really made a difference to me. I did end up deleting the grill, but I put one downstairs by the pool, I think, so you'll still have the option to use a barbecue or a grill, but up here is just the bar. I thought that was quite fun, because then you can have like a rooftop bar and you can just relax and hang out, have a few drinks, you know, a party if you want to. I added some fairy lights. It just really gives that good atmosphere, and it makes you want to hang out here as well. And I really wish that I had an area like this where I could hang out, because it just looks amazing, in my opinion. And then I tried doing some stuff here with the other room. I tried putting it back and building and doing some weird stuff, but it didn't work. And I was like, I don't know why I felt like it looked a little bit weird when there was just these two similar, I don't even know, just these two similar buildings right next to each other. I just wanted them to look a bit different, you know? So I was trying to see if I can get one of them to be like 3 stories and the other one to be 2. And instead I just made one of them a bit wider than the other one, which I think turned out okay. I just did that for the sake of making them a bit different, you know? And now I'm actually doing the final bedroom with all the decorations, and you might see me go back to this blue. And obviously blue is my favorite color, so I think that explains a lot. But it's that blue with like with these rustic items and the plants and all that. And then I just had this little area I didn't know what to do with because the stairs were there. And so I just decided to make it like an open space kind of book reading area where you can, or like you can read, you have a bookcase and all that. And then I think I'm actually done with the inside. So now I think I start landscaping in a little bit, which I do spend quite some time on because I wanted it to look obviously as good as possible. But I also tried matching it to the environment in which it is in the world that it's in, which is Oasis Springs, and it does have a very specific style, and I really wanted to match that style to make it look as natural as possible, you know. And I really think that when I look back at it now and I see the build together with the other builds in the area, I think it actually does look pretty good together with them as well. Like, it doesn't stand out too much. Obviously it's not a normal build, so it still stands out a bit and it looks a lot more luxurious than the other ones, because I gave it quite like a hotel style. If you noticed, I put these little like balcony things on the sides outside of the window, which obviously they can't walk on, but I thought it looked very cute, and that was obviously inspired by like hotels and that kind of style. But anyway, that might be why it looks a bit more like luxurious and a bit more expensive and bigger, but somehow I still managed to make it look quite good in the world. I don't know if you can see what lot I've placed it on here. What's it called again? Dusty Turf. Okay, so it's there's a lot that it's on. It's called Dusty Turf, and I don't know exactly where in the world it is. I think it's like more down on the right side in Oasis Springs. However, I really do think that it fits. As I said, I think it fits well with the rest of the world. All the plants and stuff. I tried looking at all the areas around the build to see what kind of plants were used, because I didn't want to use a lot of different plants that didn't fit in with the environment. But anyway, guys, I think this is it. I'm gonna get into the screenshots here in a second, and then you will see the final result for this build. I will start posting more consistently from now on, so because now I'm not that busy anymore. I was at a concert last week and all this stuff, that's why I was gone for so long. But now I will start posting consistently again, and you will see a lot more from me here. So guys, that's it for me. I really hope you liked this build. If you did, then make sure to look out for my videos in the future. Subscribe if you want to, because as I said, I'm going to be posting more frequently. If you like this, then you might like some of the other builds that I will do, and some of the other videos that I will do pretty soon. And so hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye guys.